Well, we are missing Tybo this week. Had to run out, but we do have our games of the week, and his pick is up first. He is starting out with the first game of the week being the Eagles, who will be heading into New Orleans and taking on the Saints.
Yeah, I honestly think this is going to be a very, very fun game to watch. We got a dumb coach with Nick Sirianni going up against a very just shitstorm of the Saints right now. So this is going to be a fun game to watch. He had a great pick with this one.
I think right now where we're at after week two, going into week three, this is a great pick. But there's always a but. I think this one could be like a snoozer. It could be a snoozer of a noon game. And by that I mean it's either just like a low scoring affair, maybe a few turnovers, kind of close at the end, but not like the greatest football game ever, or someone gets blown the fuck out and it might not be the Eagles.
Hmm. That's interesting. I posed this question during our post game when we were talking about from week two when we were talking about the Bears and Matt Eberflus. How soon, if this trend continues for the Eagles, will it be before Nick Sirianni is no longer the head coach in Philadelphia?
I
For
think
me,
Nick
he has
Sirianni
to be on
is
the hot seat.
he is on the hottest of seats of everybody in the NFL right now.
Nick
It af-
Sirianni?
After starting off 10-1 last year and losing what, seven in a row
They
in
are
the
now
year,
two.
Yeah,
They're
that's
what,
called a
2-11.
slump. That's called a late year slump. It happens.
but
They
it's
are
from
two
his
and
dumb coaching.
they're 2-11, 2-12 since that 10 and whatever run or 9 and whatever run.
Dude, the Bears guy's on a bigger hot seat. What are you talking about?
See,
I
it's
mean,
he's not though because he has a rookie quarterback.
he's
That's
also
going to save him a little bit longer.
he's also the head coach of the Bears, who aren't expecting to really do much. The Eagles, with the weapons that they have, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard, you've got Saquon Barkley, you've got Jalen Hurts. That defense with Darius Slade, like the name after name after
What
name
does he
after
have
name
to do
after
to get
name.
fired?
I think if he drops, I think if they drop four more games in a row, it might be three.
In a row? Dude, I
If
don't
the,
see this
I don't
Eagles team.
see
Might be wrapping it up early.
Dude, I don't see the Eagles team losing more than two games in a row all year.
if they're under
Big
500 after
Dom's on the
week
sideline.
10, under 500 after week 10, I could see them firing him.
Yes, that's when I could see then. Especially like if it doesn't look good too.
Yeah.
Like if they're under 500 after week 10, but like they won their last game in a good way and like it's trending up, he probably stays. But if they're under 500 after week 10 and it's trending downward, like and it looks like hell in Philly, like yeah, he's gone. And the
The
Philly
reason I
fans will let
say it,
them know too.
the
I
reason I
don't think they've
say
let
it
him.
kind of goes along with that. I think they have let the organization know because the Philly fans were not happy towards the end of last year. And yeah, it ended poorly, but they were letting them know before the season even got to where it was at the end. The players were all arguing with each other on the field and off the field. You had the big problem with Nick Sirianni trying to argue with other coaches, players, and referees out onto the field. It was an absolute clusterfuck with that organization towards the end of last year. And again, part of it had to do with how the season ended, but how they got there, it developed week over week over week. And I think that same issue could continue this season. And the reason why he could be gone so early is if that situation continues to devolve and if they still have an opportunity to make the postseason. Philly would not be remiss to get rid of him early enough in the season to where they could still salvage it because
But
Nick Sirianni has not shown that he can salvage a season.
Dude,
but
dude.
you got to fire him later in the season so you have that interim
Yeah.
head coach spark. If you fire him
Yeah.
too
You get
early, you're going to use that
you
spark
got
way
to
too
do it
fast.
early. You still have to do it early enough in the season
No,
when
you
you
can't
still
shoot
have a
your
chance
load
in the
too early.
postseason.
You can't shoot your load too early. You can't do that. All right. Everybody knows you can't do that. But dude, look, listen. No one said this about Nick Sirianni when he lost to you guys in the fucking Super Bowl. But the guy's what? He's fucking one and
How many
one right
years ago was
now.
that?
It doesn't matter.
Who are his
Winning cures
offensive and defensive
everything.
coordinators?
Winning cures everything.
And they're
Winning
not
cures
winning.
everything.
They're not
And I know
winning.
they're not winning right now, but no one was saying this about Nick Sirianni when he lost to you guys in the Super Bowl. Nor
because it was
were
the
they
Super
saying this
Bowl.
about Nick Sirianni
Now he's
until
barely
week
making the playoffs.
fucking 15 last year. So honestly, he's in a bit of a slump and you let him try and work out of it. If he can't work out of a slump,
Well,
then yeah, get the fuck out of here. But like, dude, you are being way too hard on Nick Sirianni right now, man. Oh man. Oh, do you really think he's on that short of a leash?
I'm not that big of a fan of him. I don't think he's doing anything like Sean just said without the offense and defensive coordinators that left him and are doing better jobs than him. He's a product of the situation that he walked into with the players that he has and Howie Roseman, his fantastic GM. They're going to continue to do nothing as long as they keep Nick Sirianni as the head coach of that team.
Who's a bigger threat to their team winning, Nick Sirianni or Motor City Dan Campbell?
Nick Sirianni.
100%.
I also know this
Hmm.
because Nick Sirianni was a former Kansas City coach and he got fired by Andy Reid for a reason.
See, I think you sound like a fucking hater right now. I'm gonna say
I'm not
it.
hating. Hey,
You sound like a fucking hater.
I
No,
gave him
no,
kudos
no,
when
no,
he
no,
made the
no, no,
Super
no.
Bowl. He's just not that good of a coach.
You sound like a hater right now. You sound like a hater.
Just not that good of a coach. Product of placement.
Again, it's just because he's losing right now. If he was 2-0, we wouldn't be saying this.
I
There's a
would.
reason he's losing.
He's 1-1. It's week 2. Oh God.